Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash building My menu unloaded the title screen for some reason. But we're making a new building series today. I want to start a Sonic level. Like the Viper in Sonic series, we have Supersonic, Ultrasonic, Hypersonic, Subsonic. Whoa, Sonic. I think after just messing around for a few weeks on YouTube, it's time to put my foot on the gas. I'm going to be putting more uploads up, more series, more ideas, more fully fledged ideas like full levels and stuff. Hopefully this goes well today because I want to make a full level in the Sonic style. And what I'm going to be doing is taking influence from certain creators within the Sonic series. For example, this episode I'm going to be taking inspiration from XCY7, which is one of my favorite 1.9 creators and a very influential creator within the Sonic series, having multiple parts. We're going to go for like a low insane, I guess. I want this to be like the easiest out of the Sonic series if it were to be placed in that kind of hierarchy. I'm going to start off with two pretty quick orb inputs. One of them is going to be late. I think like that. This should be pretty simple. And I think I'm going to stick to the 1.9 restrictions for this because that was kind of the golden era, at least for the Sonic series. Ah, that's cool. So if you continue on that block, you just roll off and miss the pad, and I can put a spike down here. But if you go down and hit the yellow, it then propels you enough to hit the blue and you can go flying. That's cool. A little timing at the end of this object. I might move this spike down so it's a little bit more obvious. Probably going to change that yellow orb though and just put like a gravity portal just so there's a slight break in the inputs because there's quite a few here. And I guess I'll make a little mini section. Oh, you can't scale. Whoops. When green orbs weren't available, this was very popular. It still kind of is if you want a bit of extra difficulty on a yellow orb timing or something. But yeah, I'm going to have to use it for the 1.9 restrictions. If I put an invisible saw on that purple, it's probably going to make it a lot more consistent because the timing of it is really weird. Nah, it needs to be a little bit more forgiving, but the problem is if you hit this too late, you're not going to make it to the end of that platform down there. I'm not sure about this beginning timing when I was playtesting it. I think what I'm going to do is just put a singular portal like that. It makes the opener of the level a lot more smooth, and you don't really have to worry about the double timing. You can just focus on the one. Now I feel like every time I die, it's my fault. That's great. That's a buffer. So that first timing is free, but the second one is not quite. Okay, this is all I want to add for the gameplay, and this is as far as I'm going to decorate in this video, because I feel like it's fitting with the song to lead off and make the build-up in a different episode. But I'm really happy with that gameplay, except you can jump off that block. Problem solved. Okay, so we need a 1.9-esque background. I think this one is the classic, but I might go with the checkerboards just for a bit of diversity. And the bricks in the ground. I'm going to set this to a purple. I'm going to have to do my color changes with the color trigger because that is how 1.9 went. Obviously, I can't have the background trigger, the color 1 trigger, the color 2 trigger. I gotta use like the color trigger and then put it in the box. That's a completely different thing. I'm gonna try and make the background pulse to this like light orange. That's the kind of energy I need. Then we'll just make the purple a bit brighter every now and then. And I think a pink would work pretty nicely too. Just guessing at this point, but it does look pretty interesting in the background there. And this seems loopable as well. Perfect. I can just have the whomp as like the orange. I might change a few of these little purples to an orange at like a random point. Just so it seems a little bit more spontaneous, yeah. The energy is high with this one, I can feel it. Okay, it's time to start decorating. I'm gonna be using these little wavy ground spikes. Oh goodness, I need to connect some of these structures to the floor and make new ones as well, so there's not just a really open space on the bottom. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit different structurally to XCY7's levels. Mainly because the dude's a genius and I'm just not that. Kind of like the idea of having these slabs on the sides, but what I'm gonna need to do is revert them to the original slab. These are weird because Rob removed them in favor of the colorable ones, but since I'm working on 1.9 limits, what I have to do is place in the original slabs using a custom object. I just took these from Stereo Madness. This is going to help me maintain my 4 color channels. I need to use them as wisely as possible because there's only 4 of them. There's not the 999 that we have in 2.1. Kind of like the idea of that little floating object over there. Adding saw blades where I can to fill the space a bit more. The only thing I'm worried about with this is the big structures kind of taken away from the energy that we have, because I had a lot of small structures earlier and it was really fast paced, but this could feel pretty static if I don't pull it off right. On the same frame as the background and line pulses, I'm going to be changing the objects to black with the occasional change to maybe a light orange or purple. This is smooth. I really like the way that this plays, the way that it looks, the way that it syncs with the music. It's not very often you would see 1.9 levels as flashy as this without being like full on effect levels. So it's going to be interesting to bring in 1.9 design with this. And I'm pretty sure since this is 1.9, what I have to do is completely stick to any layering that is given to these blocks by default. You see T11, I can't move that. I have to just pretend that layering does not exist. Okay, my first color, I think, is going to be an orange blending. Then I think we can have a pink blending as well as like a mix between an orange blending and a purple blending. Then we need, I think, a purple solid color. That's what I'm going to guess. I don't know. I haven't used like a color scheme like that in so long, but I guess we'll sharp find out whether that was a good idea or not. I think these little objects would look good in the ground at times. I don't want to overuse these because they are bright orange. Not underneath the block because I kind of want to link that into the ground somehow. And there we have another. There's 3 in the ground there, which is quite a lot. Okay, then I think for the other decoration on the ground, I'm going to go with these wavy objects. See, I feel like that's way too much. The pink should be much darker as a blending object. See, that looks way better. And I'm probably going to move it a little bit into the ground as well. Or maybe I'll stack it up first. Yeah, like that. So my methodology here is basically using the ground spikes to make sure that all of the colors in the level are fine, because it's the worst feeling when you get into a design and you don't have like the right colors that you're happy with and you have to keep changing them. Another thing that's worth mentioning, there was no glow ball in 1.9. These objects, you had to make them with corner pieces, which is just really strange to think about now, but it was definitely a thing. People used to bunch them together like this to create little stars. If you turn down the brightness on the blending, you could make like a light spot in the middle. So I think to honor that, I'm gonna add some purple sparkles at the bottom. That'll probably change in color a bunch with like a bunch of triggers, but there you go. You see, I have a little sparkle now that I can use. Honestly, I was gonna put them in the ground, but I might just put them around the orbs. And then around the portals, they can have the pink, maybe. Did I scale that down? Whoops, my bad. Sorry, guys. I'm trying my best to stick to the restrictions, but I will probably inevitably miss some. I can definitely go back and change this in another episode if it's wrong, okay? So please don't be afraid to tell me, because I will just change it. The portals look better when the sparkles are on different sides, I realize. And yeah, to the people that wanted a 1.9 decoration series, here you go. This is literally going to be that, so enjoy. The support lately has been kind of nuts, and I haven't really fed it properly because I've just been making kind of filler content while I've been getting back into the groove, but I can confidently say now I'm back. I have all my motivation. There's gonna be a bunch of series, there's gonna be a bunch of levels coming out, like it's gonna be epic. Okay, so every so often I'm going to make the pink sparkles go to white. Oh, I forgot I have to think about the fact that the ground spikes are also gonna change with this color change. That's kind of sucky. I would much rather this be a purple changing, because I haven't really used the purple in the ground, but that now means that I have to go into this purple and put it in all of the color channels. There's a lot more work required because you can't just copy the color of stuff. You have to manually put it in the color triggers yourself. I gotta find the right block choices for sure to make this work, and that's something that's kind of underrated about 1.9 creation. You can't just slap on any object and then scale it to make it look good. You have to commit to your block choices. Okay, so solution, instead of scaling, I move it 1 step down and to the right and then 2 steps up and to the left, and it creates that kind of blurry look. And I can probably change the color. Yeah, that looks good. Can I make the orange pulse to like the purple blending or something, because it sticks out so much? That definitely takes the stress away from the orange. I think that looks good. There's too many stars as well. I think 1 per portal is definitely going to be enough for this section. How do I make this work? It's so difficult to get this like the way that I want it. Maybe if I just reuse this blur thing and put it on the color channel that's like barely visible. There, that links the stuff together. Gotta remove the stars that this overlaps, because unfortunately they just get in the way. In chains of orbs, what I'm gonna do is just mix up which one of these I keep, like that. So we got 2 purples and we got 2 pinks. Now I think I'm going to route some of the orbs to the ground. Let me use these objects for that purpose. That works as orange, and it kind of fits with the saw blades as well. Then I wonder, can I do the theory of everything 2 thing? You know, the thing. Glow. We've done all of this without a single piece of block design. This is just truly legendary. Now I'm gonna replace some of the spikes with the cool ones, and I'll probably mix the detail from 1 and 3 because they kind of swap colors with each other. But I'm also going to leave in a lot of default spikes as well because it's fun. Everyone loves a little bit of variation. Well, it's time. I'm getting rid of the default blocks. This day has been due for a while, but it's finally going to happen. I'm replacing the blocks. It's been nice knowing your default blocks, but I must change to the trendier black ones. I'm not sure, but I think the fastest way to do this is to place the regular outlines first and then put the corner pieces in afterwards. Okay, now it's time to take my corner block and corner piece. Oh, never mind. I gotta put the corner pieces in separately. Why, dude? So I guess I gotta put the corners in and then the pieces. No wonder people miss miss out corner pieces sometimes. It's probably pretty hard to spot, especially when you spend all of the time playtesting also looking for like decoration issues. I wonder if I can figure out a cool way to make these slabs fit into the level a bit more. If I maybe blur like a little staircase down. That's such a non 1.9 strategy, but I'm going to use it anyway because it makes this a little bit more interesting. People like to argue that like people try to modernize 1.9 levels, but it makes the building process a lot more fun when you try and blend two different kinds, in my opinion anyway. Sure, it makes the level a little bit more redundant, especially if you're trying to recreate the feel of 1.9, but I think personally it's a much more fun building process. Oh, I just completely forgot 2 blocks up here. Wow. The true test is by selecting all of these objects and just deleting them, whether the whole level stays alive, which it does. Nice. Gonna take a quick pit stop to actually put a spike here so it makes more sense. And also just add a couple more spikes to some other objects because they look kind of bland. As soon as that time is over, it should be good. And what I could actually do is maybe make these structures wonky. I do kind of like the way that that looks. It's not possible in a lot of areas, but where it is, I'm definitely going to use it. Do I really put the time in and put corner pieces here? Yes, I do, because it looks better. If I select these 4 corner pieces, I can probably copy paste these to the spots that I need them. If I flip them at times, I can definitely use these. That's cool. Okay, I've figured out how I can make this block a lot more interesting without ruining it with that spike, and that's just placing the fake spikes along the top. They make the blocks look a bit more dense in a way. I don't know how to explain it. It gives them a lot more variation, especially where I've left gaps with spikes because I didn't want to spam them. Now I gotta add a design underneath these blocks, which should just be as simple as adding these like connector pieces, and I'm not sure what color I'm gonna use. Maybe the orange, but I wonder how it would look if I added purple glow behind. It does make a difference. I think especially if I stack this. Yeah, okay. See, 1.9 was all about like making the most out of blending, I feel. Okay, then for the other objects in the block, I am going to just use the regular objects here. I could put like pulsing squares in this. Actually, I don't know. Pulsing squares would be interesting, but they would only work in certain spots, I feel. Can I rotate? Oh god, hold on. This is definitely possible. All I need to do is go brick by brick and just start spreading them out this way. Like that. Dude, I just nailed it first try. Look at that. All the base blocks are filled in. I need to make like the classic behind the level decoration. It was these objects people used. These used to go so crazy. It was like the custom backgrounds before custom backgrounds. I know personally I loved them, but yeah, I must say they are super easy to use. So let me make a bunch of patterns here because it's just so cool. These need to be brought back and used, man. They are so awesome. This isn't a rant, rather it's just an observation. I feel like the reason that people aren't as interested in design levels nowadays is the lack of patterning with it. You used to be able to make really cool background patterns with these objects that would fit in with the decoration. There was also these objects. They just don't get used anymore, and they make some really cool and nostalgic looking patterns, and they can honestly bring your colors together. I want to see a resurgence of these objects. Bring them back. They are so cool and easy to use. They're pretty much free decoration once you've finished a part and you've got like the full direction. There we go. That's it. I've single-handedly brought the essence of 1.9 back to this level just because of those objects. They really do go so hard. Like, come on. All I need to do now is add like arrows or something and I'm done. I'm gonna use play colors for the arrows just to give me a little bit more range of color here. And I hope this has been enjoyable to watch because I definitely have a lot of motivation to go and create like a full Sonic level here. Okay, boom. Thank you for watching the first episode in the Sonic series. Oh my goodness gracious. This is going to be so fun. Seriously, really enjoyed that. Okay, I need to like get off this right now. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep tampering with it. Thank you for watching so much. Whoa, Sonic is under construction. Check the links in the description. My menu's still broken. Check the links in the description. Leave a like and subscribe. And have a good day. Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash 1.9 building series video. Thank you for the immense support on the different series that I've started lately and the different videos that I've kind of branched out to. I think it's awesome. We're actually close to 80,000 subscribers right now, which is ridiculous. Thank you so much. It means a lot. We're going to be continuing our level Whoa Sonic today. I'm going to keep using preview mode, even though that's not actually a thing by 1.9 limitations, because I feel like it's a more pleasurable viewing experience if you get to see it in color while I'm building it. I don't know. I'm just not trying to make it like a hassle of, oh, does this look nice? And just having like 5 minutes of me just black screening and going into normal mode. If you've seen the first episode of this series, you'll know that I've been mimicking specific creators' styles in order to make my own Sonic series level mimic called Whoa Sonic. And I think in this video, I'm going to mimic Zenthic Alpha's style here with the metallic blocks, the gray block design. Can I remember this memory ball? Of course I can. Too easy for Wulzy. It should be pretty interesting because I think I can expand pretty well on what's actually being put here because I'm pretty sure this is like an early, mid-ish 1.9 part. Zenthic! There's no corner pieces. That's all you need to do, man. As the cool kids say, let's hop to it. Or maybe as the frogs say. That was a terrible way of phrasing that, but we're just gonna roll with it, I think. That's a pretty nice way to transition into a wave, right? I'm gonna try and stay true to my hard, insane demon type of gameplay here. This is gonna go hard. I guess that's the point of metal. Like, it's hard. Neato burrito. So I'm gonna have a few differences in here, like the way I'm structuring things. I'm using spikes and whatnot. If you know me, you'll know that I suck at placing gravity portals in wave parts. It's like my biggest fear. So I think I'm just gonna have like a little opportunity over here to stable yourself out. I'm not entirely sure on the specifics, but I'm gonna roll with it anyway for now. Oh, that's actually kind of heat. I like that. And you know what? I could just slap on a gravity portal right here. How do I transition out of here? I don't like the way that looks, though. What's the hitbox of this object? I am curious. Why? Really, dude? Wow. Okay, that seems fine. I jumped pretty early there and I didn't die, so if you die there, you suck, sorry. I even put a speed portal underneath that block, so even if you jump slightly early, it's going to be swayed by the speed change and you probably won't hit this stupid hitbox. What the heck did I just do? Why did I fall before jumping? What? Oh, you are such a little rapscallion. Fine. I'll use a spike. I might even throw a little bit of the ending essence in this. Who made the ending? I can't find a name. I just think it's cool to have that little portal there and the kind of flowy gameplay where you're going up and down as a little nod to that. Unfortunately, since this is 1.9, I cannot have like a flashing effect to like make a flashback to it or whatever. So I'm just gonna have to stick with the metal, but it's cool as it is, I think. Let me just briefly test this with no clip. It seems to play pretty fluently. I like the transition there. And everything works as intended. Cool. Let me check the wave portal so I can see the boundaries I've got to work with. Yeah, a lot of these structures might be the same, I'm not gonna lie. Because if I have a block right here, that's just gonna get in the way of the gameplay. So what I need to do is kind of drop it down to the side a little bit to allow that to function normally, and then that's when I can branch the structure out. I'm probably gonna cut the structure off down here. It's just more dynamic to have that there. It makes the object look cooler. I'll probably have some sort of beam behind this slab. This is going pretty well. I wonder if I can have this object. Not really. If I did that, it could be kind of interesting. If the hitboxes permit it, yes, they do. I'm keeping it. Nice one. In fact, I can probably get rid of everything I complained about if I just have the structure like so. Remember that stupid hitbox complaint? No more. I can continue like the chamber-like structuring, I suppose. Maybe have a spike up the top of here. Oh god, this looks intimidating now. I like that though. I'm probably gonna mix up how this structuring works for these objects. So I have a spike and a spike. Flat edge here, the corner pieces on the sides, and then the walls on the edges. So we have like a huge little area there. I'm really happy with my spike formatting here, that the spikes that are more involved in the play, like the inside spikes, are colored, because earlier we had it kind of random, but now it seems more concise and more directional. I don't know, I'm just trying to mix things up. We can definitely have little saws here and there. Oh god, I'm gonna have to make the world's weirdest structure to make this work the way I want it. I love that it gives the illusion that we're using D blocks right there. I think that's awesome. This is what we are working with. I think it's smooth. I think it's cool. I like the intensity of it, even though there's no movement or anything. I think it's neat. There's a little growl in the song right here, which I'm going to use to make the object go to black for a little bit. Like that. And I guess the background can do the same. Can I do this? Can I make it go to light gray? Ooh. Bomb. Yeah, that's cool. That actually looks kind of nice. Okay, I'm rocking with it. What I'm going to do, just so you can see what's happening, is place down 4 squares with color 1, color 2, color 3, and color 4 right there. So you can see exactly how these are changing. These 2 squares are quite similar looking, but if I copy paste them on top of themselves, you'll see that the left doesn't have blending. Zenthic used all gray, but I don't want to use all gray. I want to have like a bluish gray. That looks nice. And then we're going to have like light blue. We'll see. Color channel 4 is like on the fence for now. But I'm finally going to start putting in the base blocks for these objects, which are just going to be the full opacity stereo madness looking blocks on 1. Just filling in these objects now with these painful painfully simple blocks that Zenthic chose. I'm probably gonna add patterns inside them later and you'll see how. Okay, this could be our test, this little grayness here. If I have an object trigger that makes the objects constantly go from white to black, and it can get faster as we get into the part. Anyway, what about the inside blocks, right? Well, if I copy these and then move them block and a half in front and change it to 1, it's kind of flashy, but it looks okay to start off with. Once I add more designs, it's definitely gonna look better. Okay, now what if I go behind these slopes and get some blending detail up in there to kind of back them up and make them stand out when they go to black? I like the metallic color of it, but it definitely needs to have a color change. I can also make up a glow ball to go inside there with the corner pieces, which just feels so wrong to do nowadays, but you know, it's what had to be done back in the day, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, so new idea. I set color channel 4 to black blending, and then when 1 goes to white, I want to have color channel 4 go to that light blue that I set out. That, yeah. Okay, so what if I have 2 stages? I have one that goes to this little dark blue, and then after that, it can rise up to the light. It looks pretty good. Okay, well, I guess it's time I add the slopes in now. I really like that edge that they have to them. I wonder if I could add some sort of glow here. Just thinking I could probably use an object like that inside. Yeah, see? The glow is there. It looks decent. The only reason I'm keeping this really pasty big gray blocks is because Zenthic did it, which is definitely not a mindset you should follow in creating, but for this challenge, I most certainly am. I'm not trying to modernize 1.9 with like the new fangled gimmicks and stuff people use. Just trying to build on what Zenthic did. Upgrade his level. I'm thinking for the growls here, by the way, that I can briefly change the color of the really bright stuff that we just added. Boom, right there. Can I just interrupt this whole pattern and just make it like orange or something? Oh my god, that looks so cool. Wait, can I glow up the inside of this object too? Yeah, why haven't I been doing that? That looks so much better. Now I wonder, for these little objects, can I take little slopes and put them... This would be very bold of me to do, and it's kind of leaving the whole tech thing behind, but that looks pretty cool how it's not even fully on the block. Ah, and I can even mix up the direction by sticking it above the block like that. It just looks so cool. Oh, and I could also probably put this glow piece in between 2 slopes like that and make it stand out more. Yeah. Towards the drop, I'm gonna end up changing them every 3 objects or so to just straight orange, just to try and intensify it a bit more there. What I'm doing right now is decreasing the brightness on this color channel here because the light blue is just completely overpowering it, and I kind of want to have like little decoration. I'll give you an example, like these objects right here with that blending color channel behind it, and I don't want it to just blend in with everything else. So I think that color channel is just right on the money. It's kind of funny because since these objects are now object line based, they are changing with the blocks, which is, I don't know, it's interesting. When you back these up next to themselves, it looks super cool. This is pure 1.9 stuff right here. Okay, so I've chosen a gray for the background to go to, then it's fading on 0.5 back to its original, and this is going to be on a separate loop, I think. So there's no sync in this, it's literally just making it work with the rest of the flashiness. I do now have an idea of what I could do elsewhere, which is going to involve like the Clutterfunk looking blocks if I can find them. These ones. These spikes also existed like so, and also add an invisible object there. Maybe if I have 2 pillars next to it, one of them can be color channel 4. Is that gonna go behind? Please don't. Oh, it's gonna go behind, dude. That sucks. Yeah, that's barely even noticeable. Okay, well, we can have one up the side there, which looks decent, and then can I just have like a pulsing circle here or something? That's what they did, right? That's something cool that 1.9 creators did. So something else that Zenthic did was he had little pockets. I'm gonna make a pocket right here. Let me just quickly outline that, and then he used blocks like this. I'm gonna make a little pattern real quick, something like that, and I'll put some blending objects behind it. We haven't used color channel 2 at all, and it's just lame the gray that it is. Sure, I'm gonna bite. The way I'm building right now, I'm just working from left to right, honestly. The thing that was different about 1.9 is there was no pattern-based creating. There was no most effective tactic. You would just design as you went. In this time period, you just sort of build until it looked good. So that's exactly what I am doing. Can I stack that? That looks decent. Or some color with it, maybe, possibly. It's getting there. Me explaining that there's no pattern-based creating. Also me copy-pasting this design wherever there's space for it, including down the sides of blocks, which I probably shouldn't be doing because it's just going to overuse the design. Okay, now I think about arrows. If I can find the blocks that I'm looking for, please and thank you. We have an arrow like that and maybe squish it to make it smaller since I can't scale. It's not going to work. Oh, that's smart. What? Okay. Can I make 2 a more interesting color, please? Or just make it white. That would also be cool. Oh, we used 2 for the spikes, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay, interesting. I can probably use that color for some chains or something. Finally, progress is being made. Probably gonna use different types of these little objects like that. Oh, I'm close now. I can sniff it out. This was an actual challenge to put together, I'm not gonna lie. If I want this spike object here, I'm gonna have to commit to it. I'm gonna have to have, like, I got my glow in and I got my object. So what I can do is, like, case and rotate this around, which could be pretty messy at first, honestly. But if I can get this to work, it's literally free deco. Oh, I didn't design the swords yet? Really? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop with that little floating spike thing there and probably just add the same pulsing circle that I used in the ground over here with the same glow inside because it looks neat. I also don't have an orb design. I feel like these objects play into the vibes the most, but I should probably not make them the same flashy color as everything else and use the darker gray. I guess I could add these 4 objects like so and then just rotate them to the angles that they are most fit. And these don't have to go on everything, so that's what's going to make it stand out. Or should I make these flashy? I think I'm going to make them flashy. I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to make them flashy. And then I can bounce off of that and have bigger versions like on the blocks bunched up with the spikes, taking advantage of whatever detail I add. There's only 4 color channels and it's important that I use them to their fullest. Definitely branched away from Zenthic's original style, and this looks nothing like the original. It's not a corridor. I formatted the blocks differently. Like, everything is, so to speak, everything is wrong. Fake structures are cool unless they distract you unnecessarily. And I don't think they do. I think that just works perfectly into the design as it is. Next time, where I make my transition out of this part into the drop. There also isn't a great transition here. I will work on that next time as well, probably near the end. Because my priority is making sure that the drop transition is smooth, making the drop part next time, and then once that's done, I can run back around and sweep up the messy bits. So hopefully by the end of next episode, we'll have 3 super clean parts. I actually really like the fallen block look over here with the floating object. It's a funny way for me to lazily decorate, honestly. The ending of this level is super messy, I can't deny, but I'm super happy with what I've got for the main chunk of this video. I love the color changes and everything. The gameplay is sick. I really enjoy going through here. The intensity is nice. It just kind of falls off towards the end. If I just put a start pause right here, you'll see what I mean. Like, this is pretty cluttered as it is, but yeah, look at that. There's way too much just floating there. And for now, I'm gonna wrap this up and say thank you for watching the 2nd episode of the 1.9 building series. Honestly, it's one of my favorite series to make and put together because it's nice for me to be able to see my own progression from how I created in 1.9. The progression from Windfall, which is just so ugly, compared to what I have in the Whoa Sonic level, is just so cool for me. It's a very satisfying thing to do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another episode of the 1.9 building series. Thank you so much for the support so far on the series. The first 2 episodes have been absolutely nuts. This episode, I need to clean up the ending of what we made last time and maybe make a little transition into the waves. So really quickly, I'm just going to set out a bunch of object triggers. Initially, we just let them fade to another color, but I am going to ramp up the intensity of the rate that they switch between themselves, you know? I also want to have a really bright background change going into there as well. Okay, so something I did last time that was really useful when I was transitioning was I placed out 4 colors right here in blocks so you can see exactly what's going to what. I'm thinking of like a gray, red, and white color scheme for the drop. So 1 is going to go from that gray to white straight away. You see it right there. 2 is going to switch to this gray blending. I think 3 is going to go to red. And that's looking interesting already, you see on the left. 4, what do I want 4 to be? We could have it like the metallic looking blue again, I guess. I'm also going to make the 3 a little bit darker so I can kind of stack this on top of itself to make it bright, you see? A member of the channel suggested that for sync purposes and just flashiness purposeness, yeah, we could jump this yellow pad like that because it syncs better. And we are going to get straight into the mix with a blue orb in the UFO. Scale this down, but I can't do that, unfortunately. A regular size portal followed by some regular gravity and another orb. Oh god, this is going to be weird to structure 1.9-ally. I am making up words on the spot. What if I have 3 double clicks in a row? Boom, 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 like that. Okay, then we can have a little pathway down the bottom. I can't figure out a wave tunnel. Okay, we're getting somewhere now, I feel. This is a really weird gameplay gimmick, but you hit the blue orb inside the yellow to get propelled downwards, because there's no black orb in this, so... And then maybe we can have the same thing with a blue? Ooh, that's cool. And that's gonna send us all the way over here into a cube, which can be our exit. Ooh, this is quite orb and portal heavy, but I think it's gonna play nicely. And then we can have a yellow orb inside this block, which as the ball is just gonna have a regular jump instead of a gravity switch. Like that. This drop is pretty pattern heavy, but I think that's what's going to make it consistent in the long run, because if you learn the pattern well enough, you're going to get far pretty much every time, and that's going to be satisfying to play. If you've watched the first 2 episodes of this series, you'll know that I'm basing each part off of a specific part in a Sonic level, whether it be Supersonic or Ultrasonic, because those are the big 1.9 hitters in the series. So now I'm going to explain which part I'm going to be influencing my part from and why. We have Evasium right here. I think this part is super sick, how you constantly going up and down. The flashiness, the invisible blocks, and just the color scheme in general really catches my attention, and it's something that would have a lot of energy, so I'm really looking forward to building in this style for this part. Okay, this is probably going to end up being a huge mess, but I need to start putting structures underneath these objects. Fairly sure that Evasium used these objects. So I'm going to draw little boxes underneath the structures like this that have fake spikes on them and everything, so, you know, it's applying a little bit of pressure here and there. Cool. You couldn't color the fake spikes, you couldn't color the blocks, so what I'm going to have to do is put glow behind them, I believe. Gonna try not to use too much glow because it's obviously gonna get in the way if I spam it, but that looks pretty interesting to me. And if you pair that with a couple of invisible objects here and there, maybe. I gotta be careful with this though, because obviously I don't want these structures to be harmful. So I gotta pick and choose my edges that I make with invisible blocks like this. I can probably mix it up with the different shapes and stuff if I have, you know, slabs in there. I'm always gonna have them a half space underneath the main block, and it could snake up like that, but I'm not gonna go too crazy with it, I don't think. Just to make sure these aren't confusing at all. They're only supposed to be substructures. Need to make sure I don't go overboard with the invisible blocks, and I'll be fine. I need some punch on this color channel 3. It needs to go so bright at times. What if I can fade them down to purple and then across to pink again? That's cool. We get a bit of the purple in there, and we can also raise the background at the same time for sure. Maybe to this cherryish red, because that looks good. And we can fade it back down to the purple. I wonder if we can fade to black before the next kick starts. How do I get this to work? I think what I need to do is layer up these objects with the kind of chainy looking things that Evasium used just on player color. That would kind of go hard if we had one on player color 1 and one on player color 2. Not sure, because that's never going to go dark. So I wonder maybe if we used color channel 2, or I don't know. There's got to be something that allows us to use these in a cool way. We can stack up 2 and 4 next to themselves like this, and then have a pulsing object in the mix, and that can be what's player color 1 and 2. Okay, we might be getting somewhere now. I think all that's missing is just the testing, really, because I don't have enough space to really tell. I think I just need to bite the bullet and go with it for now. Oh, I do love my copy-pasting opportunities. Oh, I do. Honestly, I think that's what's taking so long with this, just the fact that I can't really copy-paste, and the best way to do all of this is to just be patient and structure it properly. This structure is awesome. It's not very often I can very reliably set out a structure like this with so many curves and stuff, but since the base block is just a 1x1 square that I can copy-paste around, it's very reasonable to have this, you know? It's not gonna look awkward if I do that. Boom! I have finished all of the bottom structures. Let's go! Psych! I have to add all the glow, and the invisible objects, and the chain objects. Oh, and I can wrap the invisible block down. That is cool. Oh, dude, the tiniest little conveniences in structuring just make me so happy. Designing something and having everything go your way is just such a nice feeling. It looks so good, dude. If I can change the object line as well, let me get myself an object trigger, and we can go light pink, we can go to black, then we can go to light purple. You know, we could go to white as well. Why not? We can have a hot pink and a black, and we're going to repeat this over and over again. And all of these color changes are on 0.1 fade time. So we have the speediest object line pulses, and this is looking heat. That is so fresh. And I think inside the object, we just gotta have color channel 1 copy those exact colors. And I think they're gonna have blending as well. My plan is just to place them inside the blocks like that. But yeah, they're gonna let stuff through. So I can't have them on blending. That's upsetting. If 1.9 had layering, I could so easily layer them above other stuff. But we don't have this luxury. I just gotta untick blending and take it like a man. Wait, what? Oh no, dude, this is not good. Can I use this block? I can use that block. Interesting. Okay, so my plan can still move forward. Thank goodness. I'm gonna focus on adding more detail to this part before I move on. I need to have different levels of ground spikes, I think, for this. But I don't want to cut off design, so I gotta be careful. Okay, so we have black blocks all the way along. Oh, the invisible blocks go over the top of the ground spikes. That is weird. The solution is obviously that I put ground spikes in the very bottom that stick up around these structures. You see, I can even put in a few saw blades because it's black on black. And I wonder if we can place these ground spikes with different colors. I mean, it looks fine to me as long as we keep on using different colors. Yeah, that looks good to me, honestly. I like that. I wonder if I put glow behind it all as well on the lowest opacity color channel, which is number 2. Okay, what I'm gonna have to do is split the right side of this glow a little bit. So when this structure is extended down, this glow perfectly meets the edge. Do I go with clear color glow down there? Because that actually doesn't look too bad. And then I guess we can have glow balls that use the opposite clear color. I'm not sure about this one, Chief. Yeah. Then I wonder if we can mix it up with some of these objects that Evasium used on color channel 4. I'm not sure about this one either. That also looks fine, but I think I need to change the colors a lot for this to work properly. Like if I take color channel 4, which has been pretty common in this part so far, and I increase the brightness and then decrease it again, it will probably make a big difference to how this part looks, you know? Especially if I have it changing color at a different rate to everything else, because then you're never gonna get a standstill of the level that looks the same. Okay, now it's just time to mirror that on the top, and this now looks nothing like Evasium's part, but you know, I got my inspiration from the roots and I just kept on pulling. I mean, this video should definitely prove that patience is definitely a virtue when you're making Geometry Dash levels, because it can definitely be very demotivating when you're so set on an idea and it doesn't quite pan out the way that you want it to. Observation: the glow is very close to the ceiling in the beginning, whereas there's a lot of gaps towards the bottom. So I might not have this wave of glow at the top, and I might just leave it like this, because the glow should lighten it up at the top anyway. Wait, I didn't add the blocks to this block. What? Hope that's fine. I don't even know. Okay, that should be better. Man, I messed that up so much. Oh, no! No! Did I really do that? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to fix that off camera. That's gonna take so long. It's technically legal because it's possible to make. I mean, it's the wrong glow thickness, but it should be fine. That's gonna affect my performance for this entire video now, just knowing that some of it is illegal. There's no satisfaction in getting to the end anymore. I think I'm actually gonna extend some of these light blocks downwards, like so, just to give the structures some variety and make them not all boxed up like that. I'm gonna squish these ground spikes to the side like that to allow these structures to extend down sometimes like that. Oh, we have some naughty wave structures. Junior, what do you think of these wave structures?
Don't say it like that. Want to hear my ramen?
Yeah. Oh, good lord. No, I don't. You're really making ramen?
So this is the ramen I'm making. I forgot to put the packaging flavoring in! Oh my... I forgot to put the flavoring in.
Okay, we have a fake slope on this side, so when you go through the wave into the UFO, you don't bang your head.
Oh my god.
Can I please speak?
It's my... No. Oh, I dropped the lid on the floor.
How?
I don't know. It fell out of my hands.
What I was trying to say was invisible block meta.
That's such a lame
Wow,
thing
now
to
it
say.
seems so lame because you just stopped. I want to change the color scheme at this point because it's kind of lame that it just continues the same thing when the song's like wop, 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 wop.
Oh!
Thank you for that contribution. No, how do I make this more intense? I'm just gonna try stuff until it works, I guess. I am quite the fan of the glow beams in player colors. I think that's neat. Oh, if only I could scale this up, dude. That's so not 1.9 of me, though. I think I've figured it out. I think I know what I'm gonna do with my air decoration. I am going to put hexagons together and put them in a little formation like so with different colors. I can rotate them around the orbs like that. A pulsing circle, maybe. Or a hexagon, a pulsing hexagon. That's it. That's the ticket. And then I rotate this hexagon to be in line with the other one. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. I think I've got it now. I think the reason that decoration configuration worked so well is that it kind of matches the look of this object. Oh, I could totally just put pulsing arrows. I don't know why I haven't been doing this. Like an exclamation mark on its side, maybe. I've definitely got to mix this up, though, because otherwise it's going to get really stale really quickly. Just some ground spikes to go, and this should be pretty solid, honestly. I might be finished. I think I have all of my ideas in place now, so everything should just start flowing. I need to kind of cover this up with slopes, but I want to rise the ground spikes as we elevate in the level. Evasium also used these bush objects in the ground, and I think they're kind of heat, so I'm going to try. Oh god, I have a saw here and I haven't decorated it. Oh, why the hitbox is so different. Cool, I have a saw blade, I guess. That's just here for no reason. Placing the saw blade in a bunch of different areas where I can just fill up free space. In the absence of the glow on the top, I'm going to put play color 2 spikes here and there on the top, just because. I'm going to no clip. This 1.9 series has been very challenging for me because, you know, I'm colorblind and I have to work with 4 colors and I can't use HSV and I can't pull specific stuff and I can't use alpha trigger effects. So any color that I put down, I have to commit to, and it has some weird results for me, but I think it's pretty decent. I'm a pretty big fan of this part. It's probably my favorite part in the whole level so far, even though it's not too close to Evasium's actual style. And with that, that is the first drop part of the level completely... Hold on. Completely done. Thank you for watching this 1.9 building series episode. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.
Have a mediocre day.
Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to the 1.9 Insane Demon Building series. I'm on stream because there's a lot of gaps in my building sessions in 1.9 since there's a lot of copy-paste. So I thought I'd share it with stream, and I want to test it out for a video format, so... Oh, God. This is the most generic streaming playlist of all time. Can I just put a spider portal? I know it's a 1.9 level, but the spider portal would really help me see the gameplay borders. Yeah, that does help me. So the spider portal's just gonna sit there. Invisible blocks. I don't like the single blocks because it just makes me feel really uneasy. Feels like I'm not gonna make the jump every time. Dude, this playlist sucks. So I kind of want to have this invisible style for a second and then branch into actual blocks. We're gonna give the cube a bit of a break and we can have a ball timing up here, I think. This is literally ruining my entire duel. What if no, there's no way I'm getting the ball through that gap. I don't even know why I was about to suggest that. That is a nice structure right there because the 2 blocks are like right in the center and that's satisfying. Wow. Why? What? I clicked somewhere in between. Are you kidding? If I have the time jump here, let's see if I can do this in normal mode. Oh, well. Oh my god, I just popped off. What the heck? Let's see if I can do it in normal mode. Oh, and if I did that, a spike there, and then we could go down as the ball. Oh, okay, okay. We're making moves. We're making moves. Oh, and that's going to be satisfying right there. That's cool! I like that. Okay, awesome, awesome. So I want to have a mix of mini blocks and the regular blocks, as you can see. So we can have some regular blocks for like the extra structuring in this part. Put a mini saw in there maybe. That seems very close and risky. The invisible ones? Cool. That's a decent structure at the bottom. What's wrong with Whoa Sonic? It's funny, right? Chat, do you agree? Is Whoa Sonic funny? Oh, that's an issue. Then we can start using the invisible objects for our structures. Where are the fat blocks? These ones. What was the result of the poll? Goofy? God damn. Invisible blocks. Okay. Oh, I have to do this squishy thing. Boom. Spike. I don't know. I just don't want the block to feel empty, but I guess I could just use fake spikes like this and just make them feel, you know, a bit more intense. I feel like the majority of like casual GD players, like people who just play the main levels, don't know that buffering is a thing, like holding and hitting the orb as soon as possible. I feel like that's where the difficulty comes for people because they don't know they can like start holding before the block actually appears. Maybe? I don't know why I'm so obsessed with structuring. It's not a huge big deal, but this is going so well. I always feel like when I make a duel, I never have enough space to do what I want to do, and then I look at this and I realize how much space I actually have. What I've been doing in this series is just placing blocks at the top of the level with the 4 different colors that I'm allowed to use. Okay, so that's just straight up invisible. Wow. Let's get our color triggers set out. Okay. Background can be pink, and I want it to go back down to like dark pink pretty quickly. Much brighter on the flash, I think. Okay. This is going to be interesting. I want it to be like a mix of pink and purple. That's such a nice shade. I love it. Can we have a pulse to white? Yeah. And then we can have an object pulse which copies this. That seems fine. Oh god, what happened there? Ah! I had blending checked. It seems a little bit too bright at times, but we'll just rock with it. Why is the chat spamming? Whoa. That seems way too flashy. It's fine. All right, guys, say whoa if I'm attractive. Oh, yeah, got you there. And then make the objects turn green or something. That would be funny. That seems fine. Like, maybe if I take all of these background triggers and I just set number 2 to that with blending. See, that's just solid right there. Perfect. That's... No. Okay, that should be fine. It's flickering pretty nicely. If I get the wub 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 in it. So now all we have left is this. The part I'm trying to influence from has these objects in the background. I don't actually know how to use that deco, so we're going to figure out today. Oh, it seems like that's it. That's literally all there is to it. Wow. We can definitely spice it up by setting out, you know, a little gradient piece. Putting that probably on number 3 and just rotating it. So we can have a strip like that. And then a block later, maybe further down, we can have 4. That looks good to me. I'm just saying. Boom. What? How? How did my ball not click the orb, but the cube did? What? Circle. We're gonna get all of our details, like, working perfectly before we do anything crazy. I don't want to just use the same 2 color channels over and over again, though. That looks fine as a saw. We can have, like, mini decoration pieces on white, I suppose. Is that really the smallest that it gets? Because that is really unfortunate if so. We can, like, individually delete some of the decorations for the smaller one, you see? So it's like the child of the other saw. This is going surprisingly well straight away. I thought I would have a little bit of difficulty working out this, like, backdrop, but... Oh, the purple doesn't look right with the yellow. I need to remember that. I haven't added a block transition for this part or the part before it. I'm just realizing. What did I use in the beginning? I used that half. So if I switch it to the other half for the build up here, then we can have the downward transition for half of the build up here. And then the other half can be with the upward transition. And what does that leave me? That leaves me with the growing and shrinking ones, which is cool. So I can have that here. Okay, cool. I'm going to add my color change for the purple, as I mentioned. Do I have it that way or that way? Decisions. I should probably go on a different editor layer for this. Yeah, I don't mind it being on the same layer as the saw decoration because the saws aren't in the ground, so it seems to... Oh, God. Dilemma. Do I just leave it? Oh, God. Yeah, what do I do in this situation? You know, I can probably feed them behind the blocks. It's not going to be a problem because the blocks are probably going to have a solid base that stops them from, like, showing up anyway. How can I layer this up? Probably, but I don't want to just use the same object over and over again. I could probably do that and then have a chain that's just on white. Smaller. Like that. And if I raise it up, maybe? I'm glad that I can get people back to creating, even though I just do, like, stupid ideas and I don't really release many full levels. I still think it's cool to see that people follow and, you know, get inspiration for their own stuff. That's why I do, like, a bunch of different series anyway, because I enjoy dipping around, dipping my toes in different stuff, and hopefully inspiring other people to do the same. Put the big chains in first, and then we can get the little ones. That's usually my creating mentality, because you get the bigger spaces covered without accidentally covering a potential big space with a smaller object, you know what I mean? It's how I work with saws, like saw placement and stuff. I'm sure now you guys can see why I decided to stream this, because, you know, there's a lot of just brain rot, copy paste. I suck at, like, thinking of designs, so while I'm thinking of designs, I'm probably gonna make, like, some sort of portal design or something mindless while I can think of something else. That's cool. Okay, this isn't gonna be applicable everywhere because these rods do not have space. Or maybe I could just move them, you know, that would also be a solution. Oh, you can see it stick out the orbs. That sucks. The rods are, like, very clearly visible. So I'm gonna have to think of something else. Really? Ugh. Wulzy when he has to put effort in. I missed an orb. Woohoo! So good at this. I should probably change the color of them every now and then. So, like, if there's a portal coming up which has a big red circle, yeah. God. No! I had snap! Oh, my goodness. I spent so long. I was just about to laugh at how long I spent, how picky I was being. This level has drip. That's going to be the title of this video. My 1.9 level is drippy. What I might do is slightly decrease the height of the ground here, which is quite devious, because I find myself hitting the spikes a lot. Like, a lot. So, I'm using the brick ground. I don't think I've actually pulsed it up once. Hold on. I will raise the ground up to a red, because that's going to be super intense. I clicked ground 2 instead of ground 1. That actually adds quite a lot. I can have a spike that's red and a spike that's blue. No, not blue. Purple. I'm colorblind. I should probably make some of them default, though. I just like the way that looks. Just having the spikes completely mixed. That's fine. No, I am colorblind. Just not with every color. It's like a mild thing. It's not like super intense. So, you know, it's not a huge deal. I don't mention it very much, but I will get mixed up on colors from time to time. I made a purple partner blue level without realizing, if that like makes any difference. Yeah, there's a lot of objects there and there's not much like indication. It's because, yeah, look at that. That is bad. That's a problem I'm not going to be able to solve. I need a design like desperately. Yo. Hello, Junie. Thank you for the 5-month sub. You scared me, by the way. That's fine, right? So I'm gonna end up making compartments on these structures that kind of like splits it up into 2 different designs. One of them isn't even a design, it's just a regular block. Junie and Lake, should we both call? Okay. I solved my problem. Yay. I didn't really. It's still kind of ugly.
There's so many things that I'm tempted to say, but I can't because you're live.
Damn!
Oh,
like swearing like you normally do?
No, I've never said a bad word or anything inappropriate.
Uh-huh. Prove it.
How am I supposed to prove something that's never happened, idiot? Nick, have I ever sworn?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh my god. No, I actually remember making text out of these. Forgot that you could do that.
That looks like it could be the head of like some sort of bug.
How do I make that Z? That is so ugly. Okay.
I'm signing your name for you as well. We're gonna see who does a better job.
Okay. Well, I think I've nailed the first 3 letters.
I was making like a 5 Nights at Freddy's level, and I'm pretty sure I made text like that.
He played Five Nights at Freddy's recently and was terrified out of his mind.
Of course I was. I'm going to die. I don't have enough power. Oh god.
It's too
scary.
scary. Five Nights at
You're a
Freddy's
baby.
too.
Baby needs his bottle.
Okay.
Baby needs his bottle.
That's his Wulzy. Boom. I'm gonna put it right here.
I finished writing your name with bushes.
Yeah.
You wrote his name with bushes.
Yes, that is what she said, Junie.
Okay, and like.
Okay, that probably looks better. I found a way to put the ground spikes in like the 1.5 block spaces.
I think yours looks better now that I look at yours again.
No, I like that yours is in lowercase. It's edgy.
I'm so.
I would use the big saw here, but
That's
these
too
rods
edgy.
are kind of like... What? Why did you have to ruin my commentary?
Oh no, do it again then. Sorry.
No, it's over.
You're calling me edgy?
No, it's over. No, guys, I messed it up.
Shut up. Right, let's continue.
I'm so sorry. I want to.
Oh my god, you were still talking when I undeafened?
You should not have invited me. I should probably leave because I'm very annoying.
Yeah, for real. Did Junie actually leave?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the green anymore. I think it's this right here. This second green pulse. No, that's lame. Purple. I mean, that leads it on nicely. Oh, but the ground goes green. If I just locked in and just committed to everything, I would have this done so much quicker. But I just keep on like doing stuff and then testing it. Oh, that's cool. Putting that object from the spike design into the fake spikes. Smart. I'm very smart. This kind of bangs. I might just become a full-time 1.9 creator. Are you still here, Lick? Oh, it's just me. I am talking to myself. I think I'm gonna end there because I've made a pretty decent part. I'm happy with that. Did it in one stream. Thank you for coming to the stream. If you're on YouTube, check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash 1.9 building series episode. Today's video is edited by Dominus. The reasoning for this is because I am currently on a vacation by the time this video is uploaded. I know. Silly Wulzy, not finishing his series properly and having to fall back on an editor, but we're making steady progress on Whoa Sonic, my new insane demon that I'm gonna no-clip real quick just to show off. In the last episode, we made this crazy insane demon duel, which is really nice for me because it's finally got me back on pace to feel motivated to build on this again. I kind of hit a creative rut after I used a lot of different colors here and I wasn't sure how to lead on properly, but I feel like this duel has done it pretty well. I'm messing it up. I suck. I gotta try and lead on from here in a kind of miscellaneous style. I don't really feel like inspiring this part of any other part in the Sonic series like I have in the other videos. I'm probably just gonna cut this off with some black blocks like so and make the background go to black. I think this will probably look fine if I add enough 3D and get the colors right. I need some sort of gameplay line so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. We're following out of there. So I can add spikes here, which I'm going to raise up by a block just as a stylistic choice. Take this block and its corner piece and fill in as much of this as possible with random structuring. We'll probably go up into a gap up here with a blue orb that's probably going to be fake. We could put a fake here as well. Maybe if we put some black spikes here. So it could be like, oh, do you hit this yellow or not? Okay, if I move this along by half a space, we can land on that block and then have a buffered jump with an invisible block here. And kind of repeat what I did earlier, using these kind of dark blocks. They frequently got used in backgrounds back in the day. And to make this fit in, I could probably have little pillars as decoration. We can also make these attached to the ceiling, which is going to come down like this. I wonder what I could do with this speed changer. Maybe we can nick the corner of it like that. And can we put a fake block right here? Gotta figure out something decoratively that would justify a portal being inside the blocks. And also that speed changer being on the side. We could put random portals to throw people off here and there. We've got to have some sort of design underneath, obviously. I also want these blocks to be 3D, which I might work on before I forget. We can use the black 3D objects, I think, just to make these feel quite ominous leading up to the next part. What I'm kind of doing is doing like a 1.9 version of the black screen transition. I'm not really sure how this is going to be lit up because I'm expecting the background to be black here. Probably going to put some more invisible blocks inside some structures I want to make a bit more flashy, right? Doesn't really matter if I just put like spikes and stuff. I'm sure the momentum won't lead you into that spike. But yeah, it doesn't matter that I stay completely true to these blocks. Gotta remember to keep using fake spikes here and there to throw people off. Maybe if I extend that outline across a little bit. I'm gonna use a fake outline just in case you can get like a super early orb timing, but I doubt it. I'd just rather be safe there. And then to patch it up, we can have the same thing, but this line goes on the top like that, and then we just move this. And we can actually have corner pieces in between, which suggests that the block's kind of broken. I'm gonna put a portal here just to kind of make that feel a little bit fake. Okay, so we could do it where there's a blue orb here, which looks like something you need to press to go back down. But if you hold from this slope, you should be able to jump onto this block. So if you hold from this slope, you can get another jump here, maybe? Yeah, like that. Okay. And have an orb right here. So it's a quick release and press again. I doubt we can do something like this. That just seems so impossible. I mean, maybe if we do something like that. No, that just looks buggy. Unless we could make a fake edge here. That would actually open up a lot more possibility. And the next part could be a ship with a blue orb that you have to hold for the transition. Okay, I'm kind of feeling this now. We can extend this block over, add another length to it, and have a spike that forces you to make this click early. And I think would also cancel out the fact that you could just fly into the ship from that yellow, but I would have to test. Ah, it doesn't go that well. I mean, I could always bump this spike onto a slab like this. If I had this orb here, then you could hold and jump off this block. That would be a lot more reliable. But now I'm scared of these blocks above being hit, so I'm gonna make those fake edges too. What is that? No, this object is gonna be annoying now. Oh, but now is this gonna work properly? Please? Okay, nice. Oh my god, what is this 3D? I've been missing 3D edges this entire time. No way. How did I only just notice that? Come on. It's even in the bottom objects too? Dome, I hope you caught that. God, where would I be without copy paste though? If I put an invisible saw blade here, I should probably put them elsewhere. It would be cool if I could just slip them underneath blocks, but I'm not sure how the layering works in 1.9. That's T11 and that's T12. Wow, insane. And what's a pulsing object? Oh, it's so beautiful. This is like a whole new detail that I've discovered to decorate the edges of these blocks. Beautiful. That's so cool. If I get the colors to go the way I want them to, this is going to be so fire. I might have to change a color to black because we have fake objects and I'm not sure if the background's actually going to be black here. So now I need to go wherever there was an open block and just place these ones in. Okay. I see a weird outline in there. Oh, it's this. Bruh, the 3D line isn't quite there. So I'm just going to copy paste and just give it that little bit of a push. Trying to make very weird and out there color combinations. Okay, what we're thinking of this. Oh, God. You can see very early on that the fake objects are just kind of quirky. Ooh, this is a W. I really like these colors here for some reason. I'm colorblind though, so don't take my word for it. Color channel 1, I think, is just going to straight up copy the object line, but with blending. Because I need a bit of support with maybe pulsing objects and stuff. I don't know. I feel like the hexagons are kind of a flop. Is it just me? No, they're fine, but they also suck, right? I'll keep them for now. I can probably make them work. So now I gotta have actual designs. Should be pretty easy to do. I can probably just shoot these down like this and put glow in between. Oh, that looks kind of ugly. So what we do is we flip it to be on the outside edge instead, where it's lighter. So the glow will be nicer, yeah. So I just copy this block on certain... Oh god, I put saws and stuff. Ew. Okay, I really like the fact that these are layered differently. I mean, it's just fate. It's 1.9. I can't change the layer. That is a very ugly freeze frame, jeez. And then I can add chains and stuff on color channel number 3. Do I just make 3 a flickery color channel? I'm scared to do that, but I don't think it would be that bad. And I wonder what else I can use that color for. Okay, we're gonna make little pyramids. Yeah, I'm not sure about the pink after all. Maybe we just go with white. You can't really go wrong with that. What are we saying to this now? It's messy, but it's nice messy, right? I hope so anyway. We gotta do orb designs and stuff as well. Gear. I feel like I use enough weird colors to where I can usually pull anything off as long as it's all blending together. I'm using more player colors here, which is kind of risky, but it'll probably be fine. Ooh, just thought of something else I could add with the black detail. If I copy paste this enough, then it should go full black, yeah. Instead of having a little gradient at the bottom. Oh god, I need to pop it out against the 3D. Otherwise, this is probably fine. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've lost all of my train of thought now. I've fallen victim to copy-paste syndrome. Do invisible blocks go over regular blocks? That is my question. T12 versus T12. Yikes. I was hoping I could just put some invisible blocks on top, but that's not how it works, unfortunately. What I could probably do is replace a few objects with the metal objects like this. No, it's kind of messy. Oh, as if this part isn't messy, but like it's too out there, right? I could probably get away with it in certain spots, but not all. Oh, we could also use these blocks here and there. You like my 3D decoration? I placed it on both sides, the front and the back. I'm starting to run out of ideas, so I'm probably gonna call it around about there. Let's get a full look of this part from the duel. If I can even complete this. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Give me a sec. I fell for my own trap, lol. It's fine. I like it. Let's get a look from the... Let me no clip from the very beginning and I'll round off the video. I don't remember how many objects I started with, but I'm pretty sure it was 10k, so that part might have only used 1,200 objects, which is kind of nice for me, honestly, because as far as I remember, the object limit was 20k in 1.9. Wow, I really suck at this game. Can I save it? Yes, I can. Okay, nice. Huge moves from me right there to keep this no clip run alive and save Dominus some editing. Ah! Oh, please don't mess up the duel. Yeah, I'm screwed. No, I'm fine. Question mark? Yeah, this is looking good. I actually do really like this level so far. It's my favorite project I've got going on. I think I've actually pulled this off better than I thought I had about 5 minutes ago, so... Cool. Well, thank you for watching this Geometry Dash 1.9 building series episode. How long's the level now? Is it 30 seconds yet? We're halfway to a long length level, and we got a sick part of the drop coming up, so I'm looking forward to making more. Although it might not be for a while because I am on vacation and I've only planned one of these videos for the time I'm away, so yeah. Thank you for Dominus. No, thank you to Dominus for editing this. That's what I'm trying to say. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another 1.9 building series episode. Thank goodness. I love making 1.9 level videos, man. It's so relaxing for me because it takes me back to my old ways, back like 5-6 years ago. Probably even longer at this point, to be honest. Where do we leave off? Oh, yeah. Dude, I haven't looked at this level since I left for Greece, dude. I made the last video probably at the end of May. So it's almost been 2 whole months since I made another episode on this series. And man, I miss it. We made a pretty sick transition out of this cube last time. Except I have no idea how to play it. I made it memory for some reason, and I have no idea what I'm doing. That and I can't place a stop pause properly. Come on, man. There we go. Oh, okay, I see. We're making this transition smoother. Ain't no way I'm putting a blue orb inside the portal like that, dude. I also need to de-rust from building. It's been way too long. Today, we are going to be making a memory ball in the style of our Lord and Savior Viper and the copy-paste god. Should be pretty simple, honestly. I'm gonna give it a light blue background for now, just so I can see what's happening. I'm gonna make 3 designs of little cubes that I'm gonna copy paste around. So on editor layer 1, I'm gonna change the object. This one's gonna be a centralized, and then we have this pattern and the inverse, I think. Or do I go more creative and make them extremely different from one another like this? I think that's cooler, to be honest. I'm gonna give them 3D outlines too. For some reason, they're on a color that's invisible. Before I make a design, I need to make the colors. It's gonna be this light blue-ish color. So the object color can be ultimate light blue. Color channel 1 is gonna be blue blending. Look how nice that is. 2 can be a contrast, so maybe like a light orange. 3 can be a dark light blue. Dark light blue, sure. And I guess 4 can stay black, but it can pulse to white every now and then. Okay, so these are our blocks so far. Gonna add different glow to them. I can't use the thick glow because that wasn't a thing in 1.9. Probably gonna light up different edges of these blocks. And can I put pulsing squares on the inside on the blue, or does that overpower everything? It might be nice to have a light detail like that in the middle that's kind of changing all the time. So I'm literally just gonna play and have a look at these blocks in normal mode before I commit to them. The pulsing object is a little bit too big for my liking. Plus, it would be way more interesting if I just get rid of that and add a different shape in the middle. Okay, I kind of like hexagon and then the 2 triangles in opposite directions, perhaps. Yeah. See, this is interesting because then to learn this part, you could technically use the shapes on the block. So you could be like triangle, hexagon, triangle down. For some reason on a start pause, the black 3D isn't showing up, but when I play the music, it is. I don't know how that works. That's not consistent, dude. Why? I hate it when my levels do this. I can just never get something right, and it messes with my whole fun. I'm trying to have fun, dude. What? I guess I can line blocks like that, or maybe even move them slight bit like that. Okay, so we have a double click here where you have to change your gravity and hit the yellow pretty quickly, and we can have another double click down at the bottom. Oh, this transition is so ass. And I'm actually going to use the floor, which isn't going to be expected, I don't think. I like elevating the spikes to different points on the 3D. I wonder if this is too much clicking to have another double click here. Okay. So my plan is, I want to have another block here. You fall through this gap and press onto this orb here. That could go hard. I'm not gonna lie, with a few more blocks involved, this could go crazy. So this object is gonna come across like it normally would, but I'm gonna delete the 2 inside blocks right there. Just to show you what this fake's gonna be like when you go in between the 2 blocks real quick. Boom, like that. It's so sick. It's gonna be a yellow orb situated above this block right here. I'm gonna move it a little bit further along. So I gotta put a bunch of invisible slopes on the sides of objects just to throw people off and kind of make this seem inconspicuous. Because basically what I'm doing is bumping the ball down into these gaps with the invisible slopes like this. What I'm also gonna do is flip this slope the other way and put a red herring at the top, simply blocked off with 2 invisible spikes like that. Wait, this goes so hard. Hold on. You hit this purple late once, then you catch the end of the portal to land on this block, which is impossible otherwise. Look, that's nice. I love it. And it goes right back to the middle of the ball pretty much because it's 1 block either side. That's sick. Oh, that's pretty much it. Okay, damn. That is so scary. I love it though. Yes! Okay, huge. Okay, forget this second boundary. We need to just focus on this one. Now the focus is making this as trippy as possible. And step 1 is to make sure that my 3D lines are the exact same as the object. Because we're going to be making fake outlines for these objects over here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go to the opposite end. And you find that 5 is the magic number for stuff like this. So you flip it, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have the other side. It's all in 5s and 10s. Boom. We have 2 fake outlines now, which we're going to spread to fake versions of these blocks up here. Boom. You would never know at a glance which one's real and which one's fake. What if I gave a hint, though? Oh, that's barely noticeable, but it's fire, right? So the fun part about this is I can literally just go crazy with structuring, and it doesn't really matter. Oh, this is actually perfect clickbait. I'm just realizing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. What do you do there? I have no idea. This is crazy. I made the gameplay, and I have no idea how it plays. This is awesome. Yes! Oh! That feels so natural, which is great. It's great to have a memory pod that feels natural, because you don't want it to be too hard, otherwise it's gonna suck. And to layer 5 now, we're gonna add some little structuring at the bottom. Not too clustered, because that's gonna take away from the maze. It's gonna send your focus elsewhere. Have some nice looking glow at the top. Then we're gonna put pulsing squares underneath on the secondary color like this. And this can be our structure that can kind of slide here and there. Just in places that aren't really gonna get in the way, I think. Maybe I change these pulsing objects to black because it's kind of bright in this. Would probably help tie the colors together. Yeah, look at that. And also behind these objects, I can start putting bricks and stuff to really tie this together. And we can hang these little objects down like so. I'm also trying to put bushes in here now. These stacked hexagons maybe is the design. 'Cause I don't want to have consistent ground spikes. I just want to have like little pieces at the bottom that raise the ground slightly here and there. Literally just nothing big. But I guess I also have to put some sort of glow strip in here. It doesn't even have to be dark all of the time. Like right here, for example, I could easily just make this a little combination. Especially with the blending, I could put some white in there by just stacking different color and stuff, but it just looks weird. I kind of like this, actually. I might just reuse this. Not too much, because that'll get boring. And this works with the bushes as well, because it's got black in it. I don't know, I kind of like how this is turning out, even though it's just a memory ball. Ooh, and then, for extra detail, I can rotate some of these together and have them pointing out of the ground. It's like in the tiny little spaces. Look! I've barely even started with it. I'll fix the transition at some point. I kind of like it being open for now. You're rocking with the brick diamond deco. Crazy. Alright, I'm gonna show you how to stop your parts from looking dry like this. Color changes, dudes. Alright, so the first easy one is just to change everything to black instantly, like boom. Then you rebuild based on the previous colors, maybe a slight bit different in brightness and stuff like that. Wait. The black can go to a nice little white like so. That is a crazy pulse. And I'm actually going to make the 3D lines pulse to red like so. So you can actually see them. So I'm going to have this really swift change to a white and yellow color scheme because this goes hard. I'm going to start switching color channel 2 through different parts of the color wheel like blue, pink, orange, dark blue. The background can go to black at this point. You know, maybe we can just repeat these triggers. I wonder how that would go. With maybe a black period in the middle because why not? I like that. And a switch to all white. Perhaps, because that would go kind of crazy. And let's see how it looks in normal mode, in game. I think it looks pretty. I don't know. It's different, right? I could probably do with invis stacking some of those invisible objects just to make them bright as possible. 8, 9, 10. That should do. So basically what that does is it increases the brightness of them when they're actually visible. I'm going to change the block transition at the beginning of this. Right, and then maybe left every couple of blocks. I don't know. We could just copy paste this, to be honest. I actually really like this for some reason. I don't know. I like the mix of black and white in this. I haven't done that yet in this level, so... Okay, now I just need an orb design, and I'm pretty much done with this, I think. I could definitely put some of these, like, chain-ish objects together. Put some of these chain-ish objects together, like so. Put a hexagon on the inside on one. In fact, these chains could be player color 1 and 2. 2 for the longer ones, and 1 for the shorter ones. Gonna have to switch this vertically at times too, like so. Just so it fits in without cluttering too much. It's already hard to see. And I can also rotate them and just shove them in there. And rotate it up for that final ship movement. I'm gonna play through no clip just to showcase because I suck at the game. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished memory part. If I don't get stuck in the block, geez, come on. I really like the colors I went with here and the use of player colors too. I don't know, I think it's cool. It gives off the miscellaneous vibe that the Viper and Memory Ball always did in the middle of levels. Pretty fun to play too. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash 1.9 building episode. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to the 1.9 building series episode. I'm gonna voice over this intro because I just did a sick run from zero pretty much all the way to the end, apart from that one ball click. There's a couple of changes you'll see in the wave. I've moved one of the blue portals a little bit just because it was a little annoying to play. But yeah, everything else is looking pretty smooth so far. Apart from the ball transition, I'm a bit lazy. I don't want to do that today. I'm gonna leave it for another episode. Maybe the ending of the whole series when I'm just polishing and putting everything back together. The whole level's pretty much fragmented at this point. Not much really links on from one another. But you know what? That's okay because it's most fun to build this way in my opinion. There's now a failsafe at the beginning that basically bumps you down into this block. I'm gonna remove these because they show up in the transition somehow. Clean this up the tiniest little bit with this block. Stops you from clicking this blue orb too late and messing everything up. Smooth. We're moving on. Everything goes to black, including the object line here. Let me just double check. Yep. I'm probably gonna hint with a couple of arrows maybe. The best way to do this is to make a circle like this. And then we just make another side of it, which is gonna be yellow or whatever the second play color is. Sure, why not? We've doubled it up there. I'm gonna be putting these arrows through this portal, I think. And at this point, I'm gonna fade the object line back on. Short fade time. It's gonna go to an orange. Hopefully we can have a black and orange part. Why not? Wait, no, the colors for black and orange are a bit sketchy. Nah. We gotta think of another color. Woo! Okay, we're ditching that idea, and we're gonna go with some invisible swords for a bit, and we're gonna lead on with some stars. You know, the typical 1.9 decoration. Should be pretty simple to pull off. I put lines from the stars too. We can have a white blend. Oh wait, there's no glow pieces. Gotcha. Oh, if I'm doing actual corner pieces, I might as well do a star then. Something like this on 3, which can be white blending. It's not very good look. I kind of prefer it on purple, but I don't want to have too much of the same color. It looks alright. Then at the top of the level with a bunch of different colors, like play color 1 and 2, those specifically, I can make other stars. That might actually just be a better lead for this whole thing. Instead of having the swords and the stars, I could definitely just put the stars on the ceiling. Something like this. And the object can then, the object can go to white and change from black to white constantly. And I can put blocks like so with white edges too. I can have color channel 4 that kind of copies the same thing. So 4 needs to be on non-blending and it needs to change color at the same rate. There we go. So there's our platform and we can have, yep, this is exactly where I'm going to use the same line concept that I thought of earlier. And actually put lines up the edges of the blocks like this. And I can also do my thing with slope corner pieces on the metal blocks. Mixing in different glow there too. Keeping in mind I'm only allowed the flat glow. And that illuminates that part of the block there. Then I can use regular pulsing blocks with a mix of play color 1 and 2, using play color 2 glow at the bottom and 1 at the top. So let me just line these objects real quick. Do I flip them? No, I think I just leave it as a consistent glow and then change these. 1 and then we can have 2 as well. And because 4 is not on blending, I can now tactically layer these blocks on occasion, not all of the blocks, but some with this glow that kind of textures it a little bit. So now finally I can go ahead with my structuring little by little, building up this block to be something interesting and cool. I can rotate these slightly too as they go up. Hey, okay. Align these blocks a little bit more. I think I'm gonna make my gameplay now. Now that I'm comfortable with what I'm going with, I can now strategically structure my objects the way that I want them. I actually have a goal in mind for this part now, which is interesting. Ooh, now, am I gonna use slopes here? This is a weird one. I could probably make triangle shapes like this. Yeah. And put a mix of play color 1 and 2 triangles to fill that up with a 4 triangle on the inside. Something like this. Smooth. And I can put these corner pieces on too. Man, this is all falling into place. Fortunately, these stars are going to get in the way. I guess I do, because I don't really need them. Oh, there's so much to be deleted here. I should probably put the stars in last, so I know where I can really put them. I'm going to have to redo the glow as well. Ugh. So now I need some sort of structuring that's going to help me follow that gameplay curve. And I can only do so much with blocks, I feel, because I don't want to get rid of the stars on the bottom. These lines can cut off there. That's fine. Probably going to end up using some invisible blocks. I don't want to go too crazy with that, because obviously it's not a great idea. Alright, so now I'm going to turn on RGB effects just to see how this part looks with different colors, and it seems to be a pretty good match all the way around because of the black and white contrast. When the colors overlap, it doesn't look too bad for that reason. Yeah, this looks decent actually, and I've barely added any other color to it, which is cool. Like, yeah, I could easily just add some ground spikes and make the stars more interesting down there. Maybe a background change. Ooh, to gray? That looks cool because the objects are black, and that can be in the wah wah wah. Yeah, that works. I can also add chains here and there on these colors, but hopefully bring some extra detail in without it just being, you know, plain colors. The sides of objects too. It's like a decent plan as long as I can find a color that would match every color. We can also add some portal decoration. Let me make another circle real quick using some 3D lines. It's a little bit patchy, but it should be fine as long as I put... Ooh, I can't really scale anything down though. Hold on. If I could use corner pieces in an interesting way. How is this gonna work? If I put corner pieces, would that work? Would that be a neat detail that I can put on the edges? I think it's actually gonna work, which is funny. Very unexpected play. That sticks out like a sore thumb. Maybe it's just gotta go underneath. Like, I wasn't expecting this to not be used for a portal, but it works the way I'm using it now. And I could probably branch it from itself like this. Aha, what if I had huge sections like this in the middle of the level, where it then branched into these patterns? There's one layer of it, and I could slip some color into some of these bricks. Then we can flip it upside down and oppositely. Yeah, it's probably the weirdest background I've ever went for, but it could be something interesting. Oh, that could be something real nice. If I leave the objects as black at this point, start fading them back onto white afterwards, with some black blocks in the foreground and a pulsing play color object behind. This is a very strange build. We have a pad on the end. If we raise the background bright enough, then this will be fine, I believe. Copy paste these objects enough, they should go black. Interesting. Then I can start some ground spikes at the bottom, which cover a lot of this up. Try and make it go naturally into the level. So I can now put a portal down here, and that's like a new segue into the next part. But I can definitely change these colors because they're kind of lame. Keeping it on blending at all times. So one changes to white first, then black blending, so invisible. But 2 goes to black blending first, then white. So it's the opposite way around. And I guess we can make one of these pulses for 4, just to shed some light on the color there, I guess. I don't really know what to do at this point. I've kind of focused all of my efforts into making some weird part stand out. It works though, it does work. Just neatening this up at the moment with different ground spikes that cover less space so I can, you know, split lines in between and make it more interesting perhaps. Kinda cruising, honestly. I haven't used color channel 3 at all, which was originally going to be white, but I think I'm going to change it to dark purple blending so I can put these circles like this. I don't even know. With a bit of variation to allow other deco, we can definitely put these circles in. And these aren't scaled, don't worry, this is still 1.9, just using the different sizes of circles to my advantage. And then we can also put, this could be messy, but if I just stack up some of these whirling objects along the ground, that would make for some pretty cool blurry deco at the bottom here and there, especially at this part. Let's see how this looks in game, because I haven't tested that at all, and there's a lot of blurry detail. Yeah, this tints it so well in my opinion. So I guess we just keep on rocking with what we've got. I mean, of course I can add some small details using 3D objects. Also using that purple just to make some extra tiny little detail. It's gonna really help me out in the long run because this is really what's tying this together. A lot of the background is black. This looks good. Just copy paste this around and point it at different parts of the level. Even overlay it on the purple, to be honest. It looks fine. Messiness isn't really an issue. Somehow I've managed to dodge that bullet. I think with the nature of the deco, how it's all overlapped definitely helps. Now, do I want to add huge invisible saws to the ground? That's another option. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe above the stars. Make them have a purpose, you know? In which case, I can actually take one of these stars, probably link it together so I don't lose it, and then put another invisible saw on top. There we go. So now I have some other detail to keep the player on track. Okay, this is neat. I really like this part. It screams experimental 1.9. I think because of the 3D usage here and there, the different lines. And the breakup there, which is pretty funny. Alrighty, filling in the final blocks over here. We're gonna actually exit into a cube, which is not for this video, but it's there nonetheless. It's planned, it's in the level. We are going for it. Cool. Okay, we're working on it. Nice. Let me see if I can just nab a piece of the ground over here. Yep, beautiful. How much can I get away with copy pasting? Probably all of it, to be honest. It's gonna take a few less stars and just rotate them differently. Yeah. And we're gonna take more of these bubbles. I don't know what they are. They're just kind of like circles that exist for no reason. But it's okay. It's okay. Copy pasting is actually so funny. You're literally just taking parts of the level that work and just reusing them. Sometimes it can go really badly, but most of the time it's fine. We're pretty much done with this part already. It doesn't feel like it's lasted very long, but that's because I've copy pasted everything in existence. Now, to be fair, it did take me a while to put these concepts in. I didn't just blaze through this for no reason. Okay, I think this is gonna be it. That lasted no no time at all, but we now have an exit into this cube. Again, my transitions throughout the level are atrocious. Most notably, this transition between the build-up cube and the memory ball. Let me just record a bot run real quick while I talk about a few things. As I said, I'm trying to get those fixed, and I'm not sure how long this series is supposed to be running for, to be honest. I'm not sure how long I'm actually going to make the level, because obviously there's quite a bit of this song left, and it wouldn't make sense just to end on a random note, so I gotta make a commitment soon. Let me run this back with the bot on replay mode. Shout out to Absolute for providing Mega Hack V7 beta. Let me see. The transition out is definitely dodgy, but it works, right? And this part's pretty. This is like an actual 1.9 part you might have seen back in the day. It's cool. I'm down for it. Doesn't last very long, to be honest. I probably could have extended it into the cube a little bit and make an easier transition, but yeah, that's another 1.9 building episode done. I don't know, I feel like that was the most 1.9-y 1.9 part I've built so far. The rest is flashy and slightly modernized in its block choices and usages and stuff, but I don't know, I just think I've done well with it. Thank you for watching this 1.9 building episode. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Whoa, it's Wulzy. Whoa Sonic is an insane demon built with 1.9 limitations that I verified on stream 2 days ago. I've heard that it's good and that it's bad, but one thing I'm proud of for sure is the fact that the last 2 parts came from the same stream as the verification. This whole biz came from a live stream I did here on YouTube, which was extremely fun to put on and will hopefully be done more in the future, so leave a like and subscribe if you're down for this so you don't miss these gamer moments together. This part, obviously I haven't shown at all, but it needs to be deleted. Number 1, it doesn't work half the time. The slopes are just really stupid. And number 2, the audio is messed up. So when I was recording this building video, I had Spotify on with my own music. I forgot to mute it on the recording. So I'm going to delete this entire part. Even though I'm really happy with it, I have to record everything I do. Otherwise, it didn't happen. This was a kicker, but nonetheless, I pulled through with fresh gameplay and visuals too, trying to mimic flashy styles made back in the day. Before showing my swing copter calamities, I'll quickly brush through this process, because yeah, I think it went pretty smoothly. There's not really much else to say here. And then we're going to have a bunch of details inside the blocks, like these pyramid objects. Let me give you an example of like what the colors are gonna do. You see, we're gonna have like a little bit of a rainbow party going on. I gotta think about this. I wanna have other pillars that I'm placing inside the blocks to make them a bit more dense. Considering there's no base blocks or anything, I've got a lot of freedom to do what I want here. And I think what I want is to place a couple of invisible objects in a pillar like this that I can stick up here. I can probably add more of these blocks inside here and then put pulsing squares. Let's add these little spoke objects. 1 and 3, and then in the middle we're gonna have a pulsing circle that's really big to try and make this colorful and interesting somewhat. So my next decoration is going to be using these custom chain objects if I can find them. Yeah, I'm going to start rotating them. This was a very common piece of decoration in 1.9. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have like a custom rainbow chain. It's funny in chat just every so often seeing the message Wulzy's balls with no context whatsoever. Finally, Wulzy makes a good level again. There was no need. Okay, I'm kind of in my bag right now. I'm just like absent-mindedly decorating and everything seems to be going well. And I love it when this happens in creating. Whoa! I just teleported. Alright, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make a little pattern that's gonna go around in a circle. By mixing different 3D lines, chains, and pulsing objects, setting them to the same color channel, and copy-pasting them around in a circle, we could make some pretty interesting patterns to go around the portals as we transition into this wing copter. This is color channel 1. I gotta get rid of this deco, unfortunately. Neat! I got it to work. Awesome. This is the first swing copter I've ever made, so you can't blame me for trying, right? Please no swing copter, I wanted to beat this. Is that how it is? Let's make the top section filled with 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, similarly to the last part. Okay, well 1, 2, 3, and then we can have 4 be like this. That's gonna put glow here. And I can put 3D behind them. Make this very skeletal up top. That's the goal. 3D can also fade on at this point. Yeah. We can have 3D like this up at the top. And also invisible blocks. Let's do something like this. And then we gotta put orb, orb, orb. Oh, wait. I can't have blending. No blending object allowed. That looks cool. What the heck? The pulses here are very simple. They just flash on, and then they flash off. And I ended up changing the colors when they flash on, so it goes to a light yellow and such. I could honestly just take this cube design, honestly. Alright, this is smooth so far. I'm copy-pasting blocks for now, but I am gonna make other surroundings too, so don't worry. And see, why didn't it go up there? Yeah, I don't like that. What? Why does it sometimes just not work? It's just how Swingcopter works. It's because the ball is on the floor. No, but sometimes it works in some... What the heck? So I can't use the ceiling? That sucks. That's actually terrible. I'm still going to use the ceiling. I'm just going to put a pad instead. So we have our base blocks changing color here. That looks nutty, dude. Let's put a slope to force you down onto that block. Oh, and then... Oh, dude, I've just thought of some insane gameplay. Hold on. I need to leave the gameplay line like that while I figure this out. This could be insane. So we go up into the portal at the top. Oh, it doesn't. That's so unfortunate. Okay, so bear with me, guys. So I put a portal up here, maybe. Yeah, beautiful. So we go through this portal, and then we skip a couple of these blocks, right? Oh, I'm gonna have to remove the invisible part of them, but that's fine. There's a lot of the structuring, I do admit. And then I put fake outlines, and I need fake blocks too. So detail 3. Detail 1. So 2 is here. And then a block here that's going to be 1. And then a 3. And then a 2. And then a 1. So you go up top and then you go out this way, right? That's a cool ending. Oh boy. Oh! We're almost 2 hours into the stream. So I like the idea of just having a bunch of lines like this with the occasional spike. It's going to be like 1... And the detail, not the base, because that's not allowed. And we can reuse this kind of structure here especially and kind of thread this line down. I'm just gonna make sure I put spikes on every end so we don't accidentally land on a platform and allow it, because we know how buggy it is when you allow that kind of thing. And then honestly, we can put a structure here that's just a black block. If we move this saw up, we're gonna get creative with our structuring here. We're gonna have a good mix of blocks to really say goodbye to 1.9, even though it's middle of 2.1, but it's okay. And I can shoot this line across for sure. Am I tired? No, actually. I'm pretty hyped. I feel like I can just keep streaming until this is done now. I wasn't too sure at the start of the stream, I'm not gonna lie. But now, I'm really into it. I'm getting going. I'm getting fired up. You know? Let me set out the saws before I forget. They cover areas that I can't with other objects. I've chosen a very strange style to create with towards the end, but it's one that I didn't really tap into in the series and kind of... I didn't feel bad, but I kind of regretted not trying it out more. Liney style. What else can you really call it? Cool. We're making progress now. This is looking good. I put glow on this object. Why not? Adds a bit of extra color to it. Need arrows and all sorts. Someone asked for click indicators. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, because I'm trying to make this pretty damn difficult. I'm going to do something funky with the block on the right. I will back up 2 pieces of glow. The same glow that I've been using on 2. Move it 2 blocks to the left so it has a thin stripe where the glow is overlapping. So it has a line stopping you from skipping it. I'll probably use this more often as the part goes on to stop the blocks from getting too repetitive. Just gotta keep plodding on, I think. To use the 1, 2, 3 pulse pattern that I made for the top blocks more effectively, what I did is I selected a bunch of the squares that I have scattered around the Swingcopter and changed the numbers on the detail value from 1, 2, and 3 just to mix it up a little bit and make the blocks pulse at different times. I know the outlines are still the same all the time, but the actual detail on the inside, the flashing color is going to be different for every single block. Or different enough to the point where it's okay, you know? There's only 3 different variations. Some of the blocks are going to have that little line, some of them are going to have this ground spike where I can actually place it, which is usually the bottom because the top has blocks that I don't want to overlap with. Need some air deco in between. Do I want to pulse the background here? I definitely could. Not that bright, jeez. That's insanely bright. Oh boy. This actually looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. We can probably add a bunch of slopes by adding 1 slope, like so, with a couple of blocks, making that color channel 1, and then putting glow along the edge and making that color channel 2, and then probably putting some sort of circle on 3. It's not as fast as I would have hoped, but it'll do the trick, I think. We're making progress! What is a small 1.9 decoration object? This? Now we do the scaling thing. Hopefully. This is gonna work. I feel it. Back to 1. Yes! It's still huge. Hold on. We can still get this to work. Down more. That's the size we need it, really. And then we scale it back up to 1 right there. Awesome. Did I put 1 letter to each color? Make it a bit flashy, because we're gonna be coming out of that huge transition, so the letters are gonna be colorful at that point. So I scale it down, and then I scale it all the way back up, so nothing actually cheats. And then we have an arrow. It's such a beautiful technique. Okay, I have an idea. I'm just gonna put bricks. Hopefully these go to the bottom of the level. Oh, that's horrible. They can go behind certain structures, but no blocks. Gotcha. I just have to be really careful with my placement. And after placing those final few bricks, we have the final version of the Swingcopter, which I admit is a bunch of different details just all slapped into the same part without really coordinating much, but I'm still pretty happy with the result. It's my first ever Swingcopter. It was painful to make, no clickbait, but yeah, the people that have played it say that the Swingcopter is actually fine and not that difficult, even though I died 7 times at the end, but it's okay. It's a success in my book if people actually like the gameplay, so thank you for watching this Geometry Dash building video. Sorry it's a bit short, I had to squeeze a lot out of what I had, so hopefully it turned out fine in the end. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. We're finishing another series today. Isn't that hype? Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome to the finale of the 1.9 building series. I started the verification stream 3.5 hours before I completed the level. It's not that the level took me that long, although it did take me 40 minutes. It's that my goal for the stream was to create 2 entire parts of the level, making up 25% of the whole thing, and complete it. I actually succeeded, making a flashy build-up and intense swingcopter at the end, which was the bane of my existence, as you'll see in this video. You can fall there? But that's not what this video is about. Today I'm going to share with you the final moment of the 1.9 Insane Demon building series, saving the building process of the stream for another video. So leave a like and subscribe to stay tuned, because we had to jump through hoops to pull this off together live on YouTube, and you don't want to miss moments like these. The final few seconds of the level are given to a ship section with a basic straight fly and GG text. And here's how it went down before I started verifying. All that's left is to add a GG. That's crazy. See if I can figure out how to do it with these blocks. G. That's a funny way to do it, actually. I'm gonna put it right here. Why not? And then we just fade back out. Awesome. I like the GG. It's a weird GG. This one's not good either. What if I did this instead? Don't worry, I fixed it. There. That's so much better. That's so much better. That's all I had to do. Of course, it's a minute if I add another... Okay, well, I'm just gonna add this then. It's a minute. And then I can put... Okay, here we go, here we go. Where's the heart? Here it is. This is what people used to do in 1.9. They used to have a heart right here on a color channel that wasn't there. And then as the level ends, you just fade on the heart. Add a club step monster. I got you. You asked for it. It's a club step monster now. You asked for it. All right. Let's go! I am going to play this one more time just to check that I'm not missing anything. This is where I'm going to flop because there's a lot of pressure on me to verify this now. I've built for 2.5 hours on this stream. This could go on for a while. I don't know how long it's going to take me to verify. I'm kind of ripping through it in practice mode though. This ship part's like an easy demon, but I don't care. Unbalanced level. Deal with it. 1.9 levels were unbalanced. Oh, that's so tight. The orb need the saw, wherever it is, has to go. That can't stay there. That's so tight. But other than that, I'm ready. I didn't even practice the end, but I'm just gonna rock with it. I'm getting 1% further each time because I'm just so nervous. I don't even know if this is an insane demon anymore. It might be a hard demon. I kind of nerfed it off camera a bunch. You'll notice that this wave path's slightly different, and I changed a couple of portal placements elsewhere. I hit the orb too late? Really? That's what I died to. I died to the orb timing. Really? What? No! Oh, that's unfortunate. 88. Ah, that's so unfortunate. I knew I was gonna die the swing copter at the end, dude. It is quite hard, but I do like the challenge being there. No! There's a spike up there! Oh my goodness. What is... Ah, dude. The swingcopter, I actually really like it. I'm not gonna lie. I really like that part at the end. Even though I've died to it a bunch. I love this new meme that we've created with go and no being with AH. It's so cool. No! What happened? Bug! What even happened, dude? That sucks. What? What happened there? Why is my whole level just bugging now? That's unfortunate. Oh, this swing copter is such a choke point at the end. I love it. I love it so much. No! 93? Really? Why? I'm throwing so bad. No way. That's so goofy. Oh my goodness. I'm so goofy. I'm so goofy. Ah! Oh, the swing copter at the end is way too hard. It just keeps happening. I'm in a permanent loop of just getting to the end and dying immediately to the swing copter. It just keeps happening. And I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting. I'm genuinely not throwing. I just suck at swing copter. No! 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 I thought the blue orb was a timing. Oh. That's the first time I've died there. That's so unfortunate. You can fall there? Oh my goodness, dude. I'm actually flopping so badly. Dude, I'm actually falling off. I don't know why I can't do this. Before I show you the verification, I want to take you through a slow-mo showcase of the memory ball, because I've heard from a lot of people that it's unintuitive. So I made an update with a couple of arrows and paths blocked off, and I want to show you just a little walkthrough step-by-step of how to get through it. So you got to buffer that blue orb at the beginning. These two purple orbs are just for cushioning to make sure you get here. Then you're going to hit this blue orb at the top, then you flip your gravity again, and you hit this yellow without changing your gravity. You can just barely touch it if you're on this orientation here. So you go up, and then you double click here to get on the platform on the top. Go to the bottom, skip the purple, and make this timing between these two spikes. Click again, then you hit the yellow, and you're supposed to double click on this blue, go to the top, go in between some blocks here, hit this blue again, and flip your gravity down to the bottom. Now, I added another yellow orb here just to make sure that you actually hit it when you're supposed to go up into this gap on the right. So let me just go through that real quick. You flip your gravity on this slope, hit the next yellow, flip the gravity again. It died because I'm in slow-mo and the physics are weird. So let me go through once again. You hit this yellow, flip gravity again, and then you hit this purple that I moved down at the bottom here because it was kind of buggy. Some people were just hitting these two purples and skipping this entire portal, which is not how you're supposed to play it. You're supposed to hit this purple, go through the portal, and then flip your gravity off this block, and then make the next two ball timings, which are pretty easy. Who's Noah? They mean no, but like, whoa. I clicked for too long. This is the attempt that Whoa Sonic was verified live on stream with 1,400 viewers, which is just ridiculous. We kept that for about 3.5 hours, just over the 1K mark, which is ridiculous to me. I didn't even find it that hard to focus. I was just in the zone with this stream. For some reason, I just kept on going and going. And no matter what, I was always just finding decoration that worked. Even if it took a while to implement, like the last swing copter, I did eventually just get around to it and just keep on going, power through, even though I was kind of running out of ideas. People ask me where I get my building ideas, and honestly, I just play blocks until it works. That's just normally what happens. But this stream was wild. This is one of my favorite streams I've ever done because of the amount of progression that happened in it. We built the part starting right here on the screen right now, all the way to the end of the level in one stream and completed the entire level, which is probably in my top 10 hardest completions. So it's really hype. I'm glad I could bring this to you. And yeah, here's the end of the video. Boom. Yes! Let's go! Finally! Let's go! That's hype. That's hype. W's only! If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now to unlock the chat and spam W. I did 2 parts in one stream and I verified it. And I verified it. Let's go! There they are. Thank you, guys. Let's go. Let's go! Finally! Finally! Oh my goodness, now for a description. Oh no, I want to put thanks for sharing it with me, but that's gonna have to do. Requires password 191919. Alright. There it is. And you guys just go off always. There's 2 pages of comments? Man, thank you so much for coming along with the stream though. That's so awesome. You guys are absolutely killing it in the comments. My goodness. Thank you so much for watching this building series. Like, seriously, I learned a lot about myself, a lot about building. Just, there's so much joy in making this 1.9 level, and I'm very glad that I could have influenced you guys to build your own 1.9 levels, inspire you to creating whatsoever, just anything like that. It's such a cool series for that reason. I'm gonna like my own level, of course. I'm so glad that this finally happened. And I just, you know, I woke up and I was just like, you know what? I have to finish it today. So I did. There it is. On the servers right now. Whoa, Sonic. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with this whole series. I know it's been a while. I'm gonna try and stop making series last so long and just get to the point, cut to the chase all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Gonna let you guys go play it. Thank you, everyone. I really mean it. I know we poke fun at each other sometimes, but I really do appreciate you guys. So, yeah. Thank you. You're all amazing.